Hello, this is Gary. I tend to cook stuff on YouTube and show things about the RV, and today I'm going to discuss my Chevy Volt and the charging plug in particular. So the other day I went outside and the light wasn't coming on my um, charge plug, and when I plugged it into the car didn't recognize a current coming from the house, so it complained and beep 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 beep. So, as anyone with a Chevy Volt knows, there's lights on the front, right here, and if it's green, you're good, and if it's red, you can see there's an exclamation point right there, which basically means that's bad. But I wasn't getting either light. So I figured, okay, well, maybe the power's out on the plug. So I tested the power on the plug, the plug socket, and it had 110 volts coming to it, or whatever, for that plug. So I knew it wasn't that. It had to have been this unit right here. Um, so I went down to the dealer and I wanted to find out if it was under warranty. And the Chevy dealer, which is in Fenton, off of Gravaway Road, who I probably won't use that much anymore because, well, I'll tell you about that in a little bit. Let's get back to the charger. Essentially they weren't going to cover it, and so I had to get a cost on that, and it was $600 for this plug right here, which it goes down, and the other end goes into the car. You plug that into the car. $600. You can pay less than that for a high speed charging unit you can put in your garage for $400 or $500, or even less. Of course, you have to make sure that the wiring is right, but the point I'm making is that $600 is a little extreme, and it's just kind of coincidental or ironic or whatever you want to call it that the warranty expires and then the plug just instantly goes out. But here's what I did to fix it, because I didn't have $600, so I didn't have anything to lose by taking the dang thing apart and figuring out what was wrong with it. And I imagine that this is a really common issue. So these things are supposed to be as watertight as possible. They're not completely watertight. You can see I took off the back of it, and you can see some rubber gasket, and everything is there's a rubber gasket where the circuit board is. It's housed inside of a rubber gasket. Everything, they try and keep it as waterproof as possible. It's not perfect. What I did was I took off the back cover. I unscrewed the screws. I took all of the circuitry out, and I used a $5 hair dryer and just basically got as much water out as possible. Plugged it in. Everything is working okay. So that's $600 worth of. Oh, thank you. The type of screws that they use are these like slotted things. So I don't know if you can see that, but it's like a hex or like a star screw, but it's got this little hole in the middle of it. I think they called it keyed, or it's like a key or something like that. But so you just have to make sure you have one of those, and you unscrew them and you dry it out, and hopefully that'll work for you. Save you $600. There you go.